Today out in the wood yard, there's a pile of wood sitting there and we need to do some resplits because somebody made a big mess. So this wood that's in front of the camera you guys see right here is Bert's mess that he made. He tried to set some type of world record, I guess. And there's a lot of, everything here needs to be resplit. These are, let's just cut like for boiler size wood. It's big, huge chunks. And so it all needs to be resplit, but at least it's cut and they're manageable now, so that'll be good. So I got the Eastimate Ultra right there. I just gassed it up, and we're going to split all this. I'm going to put it right into the bucket, and I'll show you where we're going to go with it right now. So this wood right here came off the processor because Bert was trying to set some type of world record the other day, and he just processed it right into a big pile. And these are all big chunks. These are all going to need to be resplit. And this is from my bunch of wood that him and Adam cut by Tony's place. For Tony's neighbor, that it was a tree removal job, so they got the wood. It's all red oak, but it was a live tree. It was dying, but it was a live tree, so there's bark on it, so it's very wet. And I'll show you kind of what I've been doing with the wood and why I separate it the way I do. So that wood that's sitting there, it's about a full cord. I think it's exactly a full cord, if I remember right, is going to go into the bin where I have the wettest of my wood. And that is this bin right here. This is the stuff that me and Kenny processed in a couple days. So I'm going to be dumping it right in here with the bucket. Probably have to close this up. I can fit more in there. So this is all the stuff that's from the big wood that came off the processor that we did resplits on. So most of this wood here is very wet, you know, in the 30s and 40 percentile. And then the other wood that was partially dry, stuff that I resplit from the smaller wood, but was still wet inside, that's what's in this bin. All of this right here is stuff that I just resplit that was from the rounds that me and Tyler cut. So that's all oak, and that stuff's probably 50% or more dry. Some of it might even be totally dry. And then the stuff as I was splitting that was really dry, that's ready to burn right now, that's ready to be sold, is the stuff that's in this bin. So this is all oak that is ready to be sold right here on this end. And then right where the divider is, right here, that is all mixed hardwood going that direction. So there's a bunch in there. So this is what I got left for oak that I can sell right now. And then the rest of it will be another hit. I got one more bin to show you of oak. So this is the one end of the bin. This is locust right here. Then there's mixed hardwood right here. A little bit of oak right here. And then from here down, all of this is ash, all the way down to right here. And then this is the new stuff that was put in not long ago. This is all white oak. All this is white oak. And there's more white oak to go in here in this bin. So we're going to keep adding on to this bin going this direction, probably all the way out to where you see the pallet down there. And then this will all be white oak here. And I'll show you all the white oak and where that's going to come from. It actually came from Jason, Logger Jason. And we still got a lot of that to cut up. But I want to keep it separate because this stuff here is all red oak. And that'll be ready to be sold next fall, along with the stuff that's in the bin over there. That'll all be ready for next fall. And so I've got this oak right here, which is some of the stuff left over from the job that Bert and Adam did by Tony's place. And then this here is what's left of the log load that I got, or actually I had 2 log loads. So this is all got to be run through the processor, and this is all wet stuff because it's bigger. Bark is on it, so this stuff will be wet. But then everything you see on the ground here is all white oak. So all of this, from everything from here all the way over here, I'll walk around through here so you guys can see. This is all white oak here that came from Logger Jason, and chunks of white oak that we pulled out from the actual slugs that were in that pile. I see there's a piece of red oak right there. Oh, that's because it's a snake. It's a real crooked one. Actually, I think there's probably a couple of them in here. So that'll be hand cut and then separated. Mr. Cat approves. And so yeah, all this is going to go into that far bin over there. There's some more white oak over here. There's a little bit of spruce right there. More white oak here and here. And I just talked to Jason, actually texted me, and he said he's got another load for me, so I'll be going to get that probably next week. But right now, today's job is to make this pile go away. So we're going to do resplits on all of it. We're going to put it right into the bucket, and then it's going to be dumped in to the big bin right next to the snowman over there. So splitting time happens right now. All right, so I'm gonna do a little talking while I start the splitting here. Here's something that I gotta do. There's a big bunch of stuff caught up in here. A whole bunch of debris gets jammed down in here. I'm gonna push this out, stuff like this. So I'll get this all pushed out of here. That happened yesterday. So I got this screwdriver type thing. It's not actually a screwdriver. Yeah, this is all jammed up. What that does is it shortens your stroke as far as what the ram can do. It takes off a couple inches if you let it build up. And kind of if I just dig it out once in a while, I got stuff like this gets all jammed in there. Sometimes it gets really bad, and other times it's not bad at all. But yesterday I got a bunch in there, so just a flathead screwdriver would work good for cleaning this out. But this is a tool that's for taking specialty screws out. So I don't use it for anything. It was my father-in-law's stuff that I inherited, so I'm just gonna use it for this, but it works. Get most of this out. There we go. It's pretty clean. Here. So yeah, I got the splitter really close here. So what I like to do is get the splitter right up to the wood. And so I'm going to split these down. Now a lot of people would say this is perfect size stuff for like boiler wood, but I don't sell boiler wood, at least very much of it. So I'm splitting this down to be this size stuff. As you can see, it's extremely wet, but this is what people want from me. So even like this is not bad. But I'm going to pop it one more time. This stuff is really wet, and this oak will take at that size, like this size here could take a year to dry, whereas if I get it down to this size, 6 months, 8 months, it'll be ready to go. So all this is going to be ready to go by next fall, next winter. So hopefully we're going to get 9 months of drying out of this stuff before I sell it. And I keep the 4-way at this height pretty much most of the time. What that allows me to do is the stuff that goes through the bottom is this size right here, which is perfect. So I'll show you the next one here. Grab one of these. So if I take a piece like this, put it through here, get a couple small ones on top, and then the bottom ones are pretty good, just as they are. This one here I'll put through one more time. Just hit the top like that, and then that's good to go. Do this one again. So this is the size people like, because they like flames in their fireplace. They don't want a big smoldering chunk. So like here, this one I'll put upside down like this, and then I'll split it so we get these 4 pieces. These 2, and then these 2, and that's perfect for what my customers want. Plus it'll dry nice and fast, easy to handle, people love it. People, especially the women, say they like the size of my wood. This one we're going to split here. Again, so it's down to that, because oak generally dries about an inch a year from all sides. So if you're 3 inches wide, you're going to dry in about an inch, 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 dry in about an inch this way. And being that I'm out in the sun and the wind all the time, this stuff will be dry in 6 to 8 months. It should be good to go, even though it's oak. The other stuff I have will dry in 3 or 4 months. That's really fast too, because we have sun and wind all the time. And you can see the size of pieces we're making here. If I try to put the fat part on the bottom, and then throw these 2 in, do this one more time. A lot of you are saying, oh, those are toothpicks. Well, toothpicks make you a lot of money, so there you go. Guys who do boiler wood generally want big chunks. Stuck. So I'll grab one of these. Give this a little push out. This one again. This one. Now we're cooking with oil. You gotta put the fat part down the middle. 4 pieces. Good size. So it was pretty quick. And this is a full cord. This should take me about an hour. Usually do about a quart an hour with the Ultra. That's generally how long it takes me. But that's, again, that's doing smaller sizes. If I was to go a little bigger, I think I could go a lot faster. So I just let it fall off the end. But because I'm putting this into a bucket and I'm going to put it into my bin, it's going to take me a little longer. I'm handling each piece as I take it off the splitter and throw it into the bucket like this. If I was to let this fall onto the ground, it would just pile up and the splitter would just work its way away from the wood as it split. Yeah, this stuff is really wet. I can tell just lifting it very heavy. Whereas the stuff the other day I split was from the barkless oak, and that stuff was really mostly dry. Some of it was completely dry, and I separated as I went. This is all going into the next winter bin, basically, stuff that will be sold next winter. There you go. All right, let's speed this up. There, the little boy's mess has been pretty much cleaned up. Kind of like a child, you know, that makes a mess and you got to clean up after him. Kind of like that. That's what I just did. There it is. We got 6 buckets full, as you saw. I think I counted 6. That was right. So pretty much exactly what I thought it would be, because a full cord is what was here. Full split cord, because Bert and Adam played with the machine here the other day and they did a full cord. And 1 bucket full is 1/6 of a full cord, or 1/2 of a face cord. So 1/6 of a cord is what fits in a bucket. The last one's not quite as heaping as much as the other ones. The other ones I've crammed it as full as I can get. And in the past, I remember that I have taken 2 buckets full as I could get them, and then stacked them, and it was a face cord or 1/3 of a cord. So I know that pretty much each bucket is 1/6 of a cord or 1/2 a face cord. People are going to ask, how big is the bucket? It's yay by yay, as Bert would say. Hey, that rhymes. It's 6 feet wide. I don't know, it's 40 inches, whatever it is, by whatever. It's a skid steer bucket. It's not mine. This is the farm's bucket. It's a very heavy duty bucket. It probably weighs, I don't know, 700-800 pounds. It's heavy. My plan is to eventually get a lightweight materials bucket that I can use for doing this. So I take off, several hundred pounds off of what the bucket is so that I can carry more wood. Maybe I'll even get a bigger bucket, I don't know. But I'm gonna go dump this into the bin. I'm gonna come back and clean up the rest of the mess here. Like a baby's behind, it is clean. I got all the debris cleaned up from the job I did the other day, all the debris from Bert's world record. I got all the debris from stuff I cut up over there. I got the wood split and in the bin. So we got a bunch done today. And tomorrow on the video, I've got 2 deliveries. I'm pretty sure I got 2 deliveries, and I might even have a pickup. We might have some free wood we're going to go get tomorrow. So that'll happen tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. When you come back, you'll be here because I'm going to be here waiting for you, so you better show up. I don't like to be stood up. Good night, Irene.